Today we're going to put you onto a keyboard that is for more than just gaming, more than just typing. It's a keyboard that's an all-in-one solution.
Meet the DUO87. Our friends at Womier reached out to sponsor this video to send over this keyboard to showcase its awesome, cool features, and that one feature being it's more than just a keyboard. It comes with a built-in display that is touchscreen that gives you macro functionality similar to something like a Stream Deck, but built into your keyboard. And the best part is it's modular. So in this video, we're going to unbox this keyboard, look at all the features of the keyboard side of things, then obviously set up that modular Stream Deck-esque edition that you can get on this keyboard that does come with it. So you guys can see if this is the ultimate productivity hack for you PC gamers and people who do a lot of work on their PC. So I'll wasting more time and unbox this keyboard.
So here's the DUO87, and you said this comes in at a little over 130 bucks currently?
Yep, so 130 bucks. We most likely will have some sort of discount code using the link down below. It is through Kickstarter currently, and then you can get the keyboard when it ships, which again, use the link down below to see up-to-date shipping times and availability. Now this is a modular keyboard that comes with different things you can use. One, I will say, sponsored by Womier, they have a figurine option that you can add in the spot where your screen would go. I guess it's cool you can add it, but I don't know, realistically, if I'm gonna get this thing, the only scenario I'm gonna be using it is with that screen, but you do have a figure you can put in the spot where you remove the keys.
It's an axolotl. I'm just kidding. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of an axolotl with the little
It does
little
kind of like that, doesn't it?
Okay, so I'm assuming this has to do, oh, is this the stand for the little
And then I think the cutouts on the bottom are meant to go over where the key switches are. See if you can figure that out.
I know I can do it.
He knows he can figure it out.
There it is.
There it is.
There we go. I've never broken anything before, Jonah.
Never. Never on this channel we've broken anything.
Okay, and then here's our little touchscreen. That's cool that unlike the Stream Deck where you have like individual keys, I assume this one's like fully customizable.
Yep, fully customizable. There is two separate pieces of software. You can actually run it in standalone mode as well, which I guess adds to the modularity of it.
Oh.
There, I can just stay right there.
Interesting. So I guess it's like, yeah, because that doesn't have any pins in RGB or anything. I guess it's just like, I mean, this is RGB, but if you just want to, you know, maybe it's like when you're having guests over, you're like, I'm gonna swap to the figure mode, and then when it's time for work, yeah.
And with it having USB-C on the back, again, standalone mode is an option, or you could have it off to your side if you want to, but that's not cool. The whole reason you're getting this is actually to save desk space. So you don't have a Stream Deck off to the side, you have it built into your keyboard.
I will say one thing that's interesting is it looks to me like, yeah, it uses its own USB-C. So you get USB-C here, keyboard hooks up with USB-C, and then this is like one of the most fanciest switch and keycap puller I've ever seen.
That thing is sick.
Huh. Yeah, we'll have to figure out exactly. I mean, I know how to use this part, but I guess you put the whole entire switch in and it'll pop it out. Speaking of switch, though, we have some of those Womier brand gray switches here. We'll get a closer look at one. Okay, so we get a box-style switch, and it looks like we have, what would that be?
Yep,
South-facing for the RGB. And it does say Womier on it, you can kind of see right there.
So yeah, it's just traditional linear switch, not Hall effect when it comes to this keyboard. I'd like to see a Hall effect version, that'd be pretty cool for gamers, but we do still see the reason for normal mechanical switches. They normally sound a bit better. Hall effect is getting better when they build the keyboards around them to make them sound, well, more like a normal keyboard experience, but yeah, still nice, still gonna be fine for the average gamer and normal user, of course.
Yeah, and on top of that, you know, we've seen time and time again that Hall effect, unless you have a really good PC and you're running it in 8K, for a lot of gamers, they're not getting major advantages over people using a mechanical keyboard.
So the color scheme we got here is the black and gray color scheme. They also have a retro one as well, which we've seen a lot of the retro keyboards in the space recently. So decided to mix it up with this one. This is pretty nice in terms of the color scheme. So we have those switches installed. Let's listen to them.
Really good stabilizer.
Good stabilizers, not bad. We'll have a full typing test later, so you'll be able to hear that in a more controlled environment, but pretty nice. It is a very basic plastic shell, nothing too crazy, and you're probably wondering, where exactly does this screen go? Well, it goes here. This is exactly where it's supposed to go, because if you look at the box, it shows that it's one slot for multiple possibilities. So you can leave your keys here, your print screen, your page down, page up, which normally not everyone uses these. It's kind of the best place to remove those. But then you would swap this out for the screen slot. How that works exactly, I don't know. We're gonna follow the instructions and figure it out live. But I can see, is there anything else keyboard-wise that we're working with?
It does have flip-up feet.
Flip-up feet.
Height adjustable.
Yep, height adjustable. Anti-slip pads looking pretty good. I guess we'll just verify those switches and try that thing out. I wanna see how that works.
Yeah, one of my complaints recently has been linear switches are starting to get louder than some blue and green switches from like Cherry and Razer because they bottom out so loud. I think this is a nice, comfortable medium, a little bit soft.
It's like the chase of thockiness. They're just trying really hard to make it sound that like thockiness, but it ends up just getting too loud.
We're getting back to that like point where it's like you're trying to stream, you know, and everybody could hear it.
So it's like one of those like devices like Cyberpunk, you're like injecting a chip into somebody.
And I'm like kind of scared to like.
Is it that?
Oh,
Oh.
There literally is a button.
So it like goes over it, grabs, and pulls.
Oh.
Oh, that's fire.
That is, yeah, we'll have to keep that.
We're going to have to keep that out of the box.
All right, let's do that again, because that's pretty cool. So yeah, south facing, you can see the RGB light LED there, and then you can see our 2 holes. So that is a very nice, I guess, I'm not sure what material it is, but it's kind of like a polycarbonate that's flexible, I guess, for sound dampening. Yeah, let's do that again. So we have this out, pull up, and then check it.
Eject.
Eject. That's really cool. I can't believe we've never seen one of these before.
All right, so I'm curious. Of course, we got a little manual here. We had a Womier keyboard in the past that required when you could flip the numpad. That was one that required a bit more teardown than we even thought. This one, I'm curious to see what exactly you have to do, because obviously there's no different shell.
I think you just take these off and then maybe take the switches out even?
Maybe. So let's see if anything, I guess take those switches off first.
Let's go and start taking the keycaps off, because those have to come off.
Okay, so it actually...
Oh, look, I see the contacts in there. You see this? That lines up with this bar here. So it goes there. So you do get to keep your arrow keys.
Oh, sick.
But you do have to take all these off, and I assume the switches out as well. That's why they give you such a nice...
I was going to say, that makes more sense why they give you a nice one, so you're not like fumbling your way through taking all your switches out. Yeah. I will say this is definitely, I mean, it is hands-on, but it's much easier than the one keyboard where you flip the numpad. This is a much easier approach.
The other one you had to like take the whole thing apart. It was scary. And it was wireless too, so it had a battery inside. This part's almost easier than taking off the freaking keycaps. So yeah, you got these pins back here, and then these are spring-loaded. So it kind of reminds me like some of those cases that we've seen before. I will say, that's really nice. At first I was a little, now this is cool.
Yes.
You have the option to use this separately. So you could just set it off to the side like a Stream Deck. I was a little worried that's all it was at first, because I was like, man, you can almost just buy this separate. This is cool.
Yes, this looks pretty sick. Let's go ahead. I have a laptop over here. Let's just see what happens when we power it on. Obviously, we're going to need to install software.
And then now you can actually use this.
So you can have it off to the side.
So it's not just useless, yeah.
It's not a waste. It could sit right there. We'll get this all hooked up and see what it looks like. But yeah, software-wise, you can control the keyboard itself and customize firmware via VIA, which is normally what these keyboards use. But then also there is a separate software on their website you would download to customize this to basically map certain applications and add different pictures and stuff like that. So we'll download both and we'll test both here in a minute. But I just want to get it hooked up, see what it looks like, and then from there, Jonah will do the typing test so that you can hear what it sounds like.
Okay, so we haven't messed with anything besides just plugging in the actual keyboard and our little pedestal here. So you can see that. Nice little RGB around it. You could put your screen on it, but we have a little axolotl man here. And then the keyboard looks pretty good. We got some RGB, the screen's on. Matt, you want to show him? You can do some little scrolling.
Yeah, so we have some preloaded stuff, I will say. Womier, chill out with some of the AI stuff, please. It's a little excessive. But this is really all you can do right now, as far as I know, is swiping, because if I try to swipe down, nothing happens. Swipe up, nothing. Long press. Nothing there, so I'm assuming.
It reminds me of Wallpaper Engine.
Yeah,
it's still moving.
It is. I remember having a wallpaper like that from Wallpaper Engine, so hopefully they have the rights to that. But this right here is obviously just the very bare bones setup for it. You want the software, and the software allow you to do different things with it. But just off camera, having a bigger screen like that is still pretty cool. Even if you just used it for like a display thing, it's still pretty cool. And in an era where everyone's trying to add screens to everything, if you want a screen on your keyboard, that definitely works. But Jonah, you gotta do a typing test. So we gotta let you guys hear what this thing sounds like, and then we'll jump into some software customization. All right, guys, so we have this keyboard hooked up and ready to go. I think something important to show you guys actually would be to go to the section where you can download the software. Here's the main listing. I will say, we mentioned at the beginning, this is Kickstarter. You can actually buy it from their website now, so that's cool. But if you go to support and go to software downloading, scroll down, they have a bunch of different keyboards to choose from, but you can also just do DUO87. And through here, we have the VIA support, which will give you the file you need to upload to VIA as a configuration file to be able to control basically everything about the keyboard. You can totally rebuild the keyboard if you want to from the software level through VIA on the web browser, as long as you have that file. And then we have Playdeck, which is the software that customizes our little screen here, which we've already done a little bit with. You can kind of see on camera here what we've done so far, but we'll show you guys a little bit more in just a second. But we'll go through VIA real quick. which via, obviously, once you upload the JSON file, gives you access to everything here. We can remap every key. You can do macros, you can do different layerings. Really, the only thing we cared about was lighting, because you can customize the lighting options here. This is in the lighting tab. Currently, we're just on a static mode, bright, all yellow, but if you just go through, let's say change it to blue, it's changing to blue. Change to yellow again, back to yellow. Pretty simple, won't mess with it too much because we have this configured like this, and you also have the different modes as well, which some of the names of these are kind of crazy. Alpha mods, hue breathing, jelly bean raindrops. What does that look like? Okay, so it's kind of like a jelly bean raindrop, I guess the best way to describe it. That's exactly what it is. So if we do alpha mods, I guess that one is just the standard. The keyboard is decently bright. It is just, again, south-facing RGB, which is not bad, and it does bounce off that backplate pretty nicely, so can't complain too much about the RGB. But there's so much more you can do via, but just so you know, you can customize stuff through here. Now, where things get fun is when you open up the Play Deck software, which, Womier, you ain't slick. I'm just saying, this looks very, very similar to other software, which is good for the average consumer, but just keep it in mind, you know. As you see, once you swap between two different modes, we'll start with screensaver mode real quick so you guys can see the screensavers. These right here are the screensavers, obviously. We'll have some B-roll on screen here, where you can swipe between them just like we did before. We loaded up some other ones. We have this one right here. We also have this yellow one we showed you before. And you can add more by just going through Edit Screensaver. Just make sure the file size is 320 by 480, which just on quick Google search, see, I did 320 by 480 wallpaper. There are a decent amount of options to choose from, because apparently this is a pretty popular form factor. So you can get a lot. You can get GIFs as well, but all you gotta do is pick which slot you want it to be in. You have one slot reserved for GIFs, which would be the animated wallpapers. Then you have some other ones that are just PNGs and JPEGs. So we load those up, hit upload, you're good to go. And now you can literally just swipe between them. Very easy.
Nice.
So pretty cool there with the screen. Now, obviously, if you just want it to be a screensaver, cool, you can do that. But the main thing that we're selling this on is for productivity. So if we go to the keystroke mode, you do get these preset commands that is very Stream Deck-like. So right now, this is basically, I'm just looking at it. We added weather, and then these are all the keys besides calculator that we just removed. But it's on the screen now, which is pretty funny. You can swipe between these different modes as well. This is just the keyboard option, which makes sense because you may want to use those keys actually, so you can swap back to this, use the keys, and then still have the screen functionality. As you see, we add a little weather widget, which shows Louisville weather. Pretty cool. I love the luxurious and gorgeous theme versus simple and modern. There's the kind of style you're looking for. You got those options. Let's go ahead and swap down to the Windows control, which gives us access to, let's hit this one in the top right corner. Opens up the File Explorer folder, looking good. We can do search. There's a power button, which I'm not gonna hit. There's Task Manager, you can pull that up. There's a bunch of different ones you can hit, which is just for general Windows use. That's pretty cool. If we go to the next one, you get some websites. MTV's a choice, I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's still there.
But you can open up MTV, that's sick. BBC, Vimeo. Do people still go to Vimeo? I haven't heard of Vimeo in forever. Of course, where you're watching it, YouTube, baby. You can open up YouTube. Again, these are very simple things, but already pre-programmed. Scroll down here. Oh, the weather's already here for the city of London and Hong Kong. This is called the information board. Oh, you know what this is? This is another timer.
It's a Bluetooth device.
Okay, so this is a counting up timer.
You can see it moving.
So you can see it moving live. Pretty cool. You pause. There you go. So if you need to get a timer real quick.
There's commands to delete your C&D drive.
Okay, so it just opens it up. I don't know. You know, maybe you need that for whatever reason, but that'd be funny if it was like delete system 32. Go down here, media controls. That's pretty cool. So this is volume up, volume down, and then we have mute. Cool. That's pretty cool. Like to see that. And then lastly, we have, I guess these are Word hotkeys. So like bold, italics, underline, search, just some hotkeys for using like Microsoft Word. But you're not really limited to just those. You can go through all here. You can add a bunch of different stuff, different Windows control, microphone settings, and not too bad. I'm wondering if you can do any more. So go to space to get more content.
So space.key, is this, because this is how you download stuff for Stream Deck normally, is the exact same icon, but it's definitely not this website. No,
and this is Space Station. I'm wondering if this is like a general one for a bunch of different ones of these, because these are different devices where you can get even more apps, which is cool. I'm glad to see Wallpaper Engine Controller. You have to pay for this one though. It's how much is it? 2 cents?
2 cents.
2 cents. So you can buy some of these through the third-party app. Pretty cool. I'm glad that they went with a company or at least a brand that has other ones you can go and download, so you do have that kind of Stream Deck functionality. Even though Stream Deck is the big name in it, you know, just being included in a keyboard is still pretty cool. But software-wise, I can't complain about it. I think this is a pretty cool little touchscrreen. If you do use it and you want to use the macros on it, you set it up, it can be pretty powerful for productivity, but it is still a keyboard. We still got to game on it and see what it feels like to game on, so let's dive into some gaming testing.
All right, guys, so to test out the Womier keyboard, we figured a nice competitive title like Counter-Strike would be a great one.
Competitive brain-rotting title.
Competitively brain-rotting. Keyboards are set to our nice yellow mode right now, which I will say is kind of fun. We don't normally do this color. We normally go for like a more basic one, and I like how this looks. I'm so scared. Oh, God. Oh, goodness. And I will say, I'm a big proponent of, I know we talked about like, oh, if everything was just Hall Effect, it'd be nice, but realistically, I think there's a reason that like not every manufacturer has switched to Hall Effect, and I really do think that it's because most average people don't have a PC that's powerful enough to run like 8K Hall Effect.
Yeah.
And actually like run it well without having like some major latency. So I really still do think that mechanical keyboards have a huge place in the market, and they don't really need to go anywhere anytime soon. If I'd had Hall Effect there, I would have gotten that.
And we just did the video with the Hall Effect slice keyboard, the Chilkey, very expensive keyboard. But we did that video, and the one thing I didn't really like about it long term was just how loud it was, kind of thing we were talking about earlier in the video. This one just sounds nice.
It sounds really good. It has really good bottoming foam to it. Because most of those keyboards, the problem is they're linear, but you smack the switch once it comes down and bottoms out. So that's all you really hear. You're not hearing the switch itself. I will say too, once we actually got this installed, I'm a little more sold on it. Because at first I was like, man, if it's off to the side, I'm like, you could almost just buy a Stream Deck and a keyboard. But the fact that this is all built in, it kind of makes the value proposition kind of nice, because instead of having to buy a Stream Deck and a keyboard, which would probably cost you more than this, honestly, if you wanted a decent keyboard, you're getting an all-in-one solution. And it's unique, you know, it's definitely a thing that's, oh, I was gonna miss that anyways.
If you're trying to have a really cool battle station setup, you know, this is something that'll really pop out.
One more for the road.
Oh,
ow.
One more for the road.
Youch, is he still here?
One more for the road.
This guy doesn't hit me. What?
You don't hit him, apparently.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I can get another one. I can fit. What?
Aww.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna let Matt try out a game now and see what he thinks about it.
All right, guys, we're playing some Lego Batman. Not an FPS game, but one that obviously you can use keyboard and mouse on. And again, I had the first impressions of typing on this keyboard with the unboxing, but now that I'm actually using it, these are the kind of switches I like. They're nice and smooth, don't sound really crazy, you know. They're not too smooth. Sometimes those Hall Effect switches, again, I'm not trying to like diss on Hall Effect in this video. I do like, and there are some good sounding Hall Effect keyboards. There's just some that like using long term, they really focus on just speed and responsiveness. They don't really have that nice mechanical keyboard feel to them. And then over time, they just get kind of like tiring to use. This one feels pretty nice. I could definitely use a keyboard like this. And performance is not bad. And yeah, just stabilizers, everything sounds good. I would definitely use the screen. I can see myself using it. It's one of those where I have a Stream Deck on my desk here at the office, and occasionally I'll use it to swap audio sources when we're live streaming and stuff. It would be cool to have one for source changing just right here, because something about just like quickly changing this way seems pretty nice. And the functionality seems good. As long as the software holds up, that's obviously the biggest thing, is software support long term. I think for the price, you're getting good value for sure. Fly away. How do I get to my Batmobile? Here we go. Do some driving. It's like we're playing Forza.
Batmobile.
We are playing Forza. Forza, you must move. Oh, drift. I'm happy with this keyboard. Value is pretty good. It is pricier than other keyboards we looked at here on the channel, but I think the functionality you're getting for the price is definitely worth it. Let's go ahead and wrap this video up. Now, before we wrap this video up, I did want to show you guys a few real-world examples of using this keyboard. One is assigning different hotkeys that you normally would bake into a program like Adobe Premiere Pro, and you can add these to your touchpad to make saving your file very quickly or swapping between tools in Premiere Pro very quickly, and even open your applications all from one touch without having to use search, making this a really cool productivity tool, not just for PC gamers. And of course, it is supported on Mac OS as well. If you are running a MacBook and you have a productivity set up on Mac, you can plug and play this keyboard and use their software on Mac as well.
So I gotta say, after we tested out this keyboard, I really do like the built-in touchscreen functionality. I think it has a lot of really good use cases. And I could say someone like Matt or I, especially since we do content creation and gaming, being able to use this keyboard for gaming, but then on the side, being able to use it for things like streaming and video editing.
So if you want to learn more about the Duo87, check the link down below. It's an affiliate link. It will help us out. Let us know what you think of these kind of keyboards that add additional functionality rather than just being a traditional keyboard you type on. It's not really focused on being Hall effect. It's focused on giving you actual productivity boosts with this screen. And I think it does a good job doing that. Let us know in the comments if this is something you would consider picking up.
And as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/toastybros. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Now, if you want to pick up a gaming keyboard today, check out PC Bros. You can come in person or buy online.
And maybe you want a gaming PC to go with that new keyboard that you picked up. Go to PCBros.tech and buy a PC today. Use code ToastyBros on checkout. You will save 3% on your next purchase. See you guys later. Bye-bye.